I'm a Dubsado certified specialist. The main part of my business is helping people build out their Dubsados. But I just want to say Dubsado is not for everyone. And I'd rather start there because I want you to know before you spend money on a tool whether or not it is for you. I also want you to trust me when I tell you it is for you. So let's talk about who Dubsado is not for. If you sell anything with inventory or rent anything that needs to keep track of inventory, Dubsado may not be the best fit for you because there is no inventory tracking. I have set it up for people who rent inventory, but there's manual checking to make sure that they have what is being rented out that weekend. So if you want somebody to see availability on a specific date, Dubsado's not going to do that for you. If you have a large team and they need different emails inside of the CRM or different schedulers, Dubsado currently does not do that. It is one master email, one master calendar, and everything works off of that. Now, I have set up Dubsados where people do have a team and there's workarounds. You are all working off the same singular email for initial points of contact, and then it goes into the person's individual email inbox. And scheduling doesn't even happen in Dubsado. If you have somebody that needs to book a meeting with their appointed person, they have a link in cal.com or Calendly or something like that. It doesn't even happen through Dubsado, only if they want to talk to the owner or it's a venue tour or something like that master calendar. That is the only thing that's linked through Dubsado. So there are workarounds, but just know that is a limitation of Dubsado as you're considering all the different options for your business. And then I want to say this next one with so much love, but if you are not willing to do the initial setup, either to learn like you're doing right now and figure it out or hire somebody to help you, getting a playbook or a checklist that really helps you put together your Dubsado. Dubsado's not the most user-friendly from like starting from scratch. It really is unique because it can be built in any way possible for any kind of business. It is super cool what it can do. But because it's unique to every business, when you open it up, it's very blank and you have to be able to customize. Take the time to do it yourself or the investment of letting somebody else do it for you. I can help with that if you need it, but no pressure. You can do it yourself. Another one that Dubsado might not be for is if your business model is super, super simple. If you have one service, you don't have a lot of back and forth that you need a CRM to do, you might not actually need something this robust. It can serve you. Of course it can serve you. But if you have a super simple business, you might not need it. And then if you're just getting started, I do think Dubsado can help you, but you might want to wait a beat to figure out how you want to work with clients before you decide what CRM to use. It's okay to start scrappy without a super robust system when you're first getting started, but eventually you are going to want to use something to serve you in your business. So yeah, I want to say all of that off the rip so you can trust my recommendation and not just hype up Dubsado and then you realize it's not a good fit for you. Okay, so now let me tell you who Dubsado is for. If you are booking clients regularly, maybe you are a photographer, a brand designer, a web designer, a wedding venue, a wedding DJ, a bakery that takes custom cake orders, a copywriter, a social media manager, any of these types of service-based industries where you are taking on multiple clients at a time, or at least maybe not at the same time, you are constantly onboarding new people. They're checking you out. They want to hire you. You're not just doing one client every 6 months. That was definitely for you. What happens otherwise is a lot of the time you're doing a manual dance to be able to onboard and book your clients. So somebody might fill out your contact form that's on your website, and then you manually send an email back to that person about their inquiry. And then maybe once you send an email back, that person goes into no man's land and is never seen from again. Or maybe they do come back and you negotiate between email some kind of a quote, and then you send over a contract. Maybe you use a e-sign of some sort, and maybe you send them a PDF and ask them to print, sign, scan, and send it back to you. Once their contract is signed, you put together an invoice. Maybe it's through QuickBooks, maybe it's through Stripe, maybe it's just a PDF. You have to take their money somehow. So you send an invoice, and then you have to remember to follow up on that invoice. Remember that it's open and unpaid, and that is most likely a manual process. I would almost guarantee it, if you're doing all of that manually, you're not sending a welcome email once they make that initial payment. Or maybe you are sending something like, okay, here's the next steps to get started, but you have to remember to send that email again for everybody. There's so many manual steps. Okay, now picture it if you're using Dubsado. This is how it's going to serve you. So a lead comes in through your website. It's a Dubsado embedded form. So as soon as they fill it out, you get that email, but then it creates a project in Dubsado. And if your Dubsado is set up properly, it's going to automatically email that person that inquired. Even if it's like, hey, Ali will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. Thank you for your inquiry. That initial, hey, you've been seen and heard is really positive, because then if they don't hear back from you in 48 hours, they have somewhere they can reply back to, instead of you just disappearing to them and they forgot who they inquired with, because most likely they've inquired with several businesses. Like, people aren't just going to you just to go to you. They're looking at options for whatever service needs that they have. And the difference between them going with you and going with somebody else is often timeliness, information, trust that gets built because you're responding to them. So already you have not dropped a ball with a lead coming through. Your system is serving you with it. And what that really does, yes, it absolutely 1000% makes your inquiries cared for in that process, but it takes off the mental load for you. And you can set up your Dubsado where you don't even have to decide, hey, I'll get back to you. You can just send them off your pricing, a link to chat with you, all these things. They can automatically send out. And the mental overwhelm that you carry from just already being a small business owner, from already having to market and manage a team and do sales calls and all of these things, if you can have a system that supports you in it, so that at the end of the night, you're not falling asleep remembering that you forgot to call somebody. That is why Dubsado is so good for you. Okay, well, let's do another scenario of how Dubsado serves you. We talked about leads coming in, getting forgotten, and Dubsado automatically following up. We also talked about the chaos of a booking process where you're having to manually send a contract, remember to follow up with it, manually sending an invoice, remembering to follow up with it. Dubsado has this incredibly cool 3-part booking process. And the first step's called the proposal. And I've had people rename it to a booking page, a quote, whatever we can call it. So they go through where they can either select packages. So if you want to offer, hey, there's 2 different levels of this service, you have the option to pick. Maybe it's just one package. Hey, this is what we are going to do together. Or add-ons, like you are a cake decorator. Hey, yeah, I can make your cake. Here is the different pricing, the different options. Maybe they can pick their colors or plug in what it's going to say. It can have all of that, and they select what they want. Whatever they select is going to auto-populate in the contract. They'll be prompted to sign. So they pick their packages, sign their contract, step 2. And then step 3 is to pay the invoice. Either maybe they pay it in full, maybe you have installments for them. Maybe it's the first payment of a monthly payment. Once they pay it, you set up recurring invoices for them. All 3 steps, when your Dubsado is set up properly, will automatically follow up with people. So if they don't complete the booking form, Dubsado should follow up with them. Or if they have any questions, if they don't complete the contract, the system will automatically follow up with them. And then if they don't make their payment, step 3, the system should automatically follow up with them. And then once they do all 3 steps, a welcome email goes out immediately with all the information they know to get started with you. What happens next? Maybe you send them information to the client portal that Dubsado has. They can expect to find in there. Maybe you have an intake for it. Maybe you have a kickoff call. There's so many different options that you can do when working with clients. And Dubsado is going to streamline that process so that you're not having to carry it mentally anymore, and that it's really clear for your client what the next step is. Dubsado does all of that. You set it up once and then it just runs in the background for you until you change the way your business runs. I know a lot of creatives have a hard time thinking about that because it's like, oh, it's systems, it's not custom. But what I want to say is systems don't take the personality and the custom touch out of your business. They actually protect your energy so you can fully show up for your clients and for yourself in the way that you're best gifted to do so. And all of those automations can be done in your brand tone. They're one-on-one emails. People think they're getting them directly from you. You know they're automated. Your client does not know they're automated. Or if you want them to know it's automated, you can just say it. That welcome email that goes out. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited you booked me. I cannot wait to get started. My system's sending you all this information so you have it right now, but I'll be in touch here in the next couple days to let you know what, I don't know, to personalize. However you want to personalize it. You can just own the fact that it's an automated email, and people are totally fine with that. I would even argue people feel more cared for because they're used to it with all of our online shopping. When you buy something online, you immediately get a receipt. If you're used to buying any digital products, not only do you just get a receipt for the invoice, but then you get delivery of the product. So as a service provider, you're not immediately delivering the service upon payment because it has yet to happen. Their wedding is still 18 months away, or you still have to do all this work to get their branding done. There's a lot of work that needs to get done for their service. You can send a welcome automatically of what they can expect in the upcoming service they just secured with you. Okay, so if you're sitting here like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. I get what Dubsado can do for me. I didn't even go into once they've booked with you and all the additional things you can do. You can automate the entire process of your service with reminder emails and forms and so much. But we're going to start with the inquiry and the booking process because I think it's one of the best ways that Dubsado can serve any creative small business owner for them and for their clients for such a low price point, like to have it all there. If you say, okay, I'm ready to do Dubsado, I want to sign up, I have an affiliate link down below that will save you 30% off of your first month or year. You can grab the link down below or use the code SmarterCreative at checkout and get your 30% off for 1 month or 1 full year if you do the annual plan, and just saves you a bunch of money to get started. I'll also link a couple other videos down below that will help you with your Dubsado and getting it set up. And I want to hear from you. Drop a comment down below if you use Dubsado, if you're going to use it, what you're looking forward to, or if you have any questions for me on it. I read every single comment and love to hear what you have to say. I also use it for inspo for additional videos. So if you want some additional training, just let me know. And if this video helped you, do give it a like. It helps other creative small business owners this kind of content. And if you're not subscribed yet, do subscribe. I put videos out every week with tips and strategies for running a smarter, not harder, small business. I'll see you in the next one.